Zoey, Kirby here, and it's time for me to start going over some more news, and we're going to be covering the first story that I want to cover today. Sorry, I had this already pulled up, but this has been happening in a lot of different places, and I haven't decided if I want to cover more of them, but there's been really a lot of waves of protests around a lot of places around the world over Tesla. One of the first places to kind of boycott Tesla, I think, that I can think of off the top of my head was when unionized, I think, like, dock workers in Sweden refused to ship the Tesla Cybertrucks from where they were. I don't remember exactly what it was that why they decided to do that. It might have been because of pandemic restrictions, but there's been more and more backlash against Elon Musk, particularly because of his role in the Trump administration. You have his the Department of Government Efficiency. I'm not calling it what it's supposed to be called. I call it douche. So because of his role with douche and defunding a lot of the United States, a lot of their different programs, and that's a different video, there are people that have been protesting, and it looks like one of the latest waves here is from a thing called the Vancouver Auto Show, which I do not know much about. I am not a car person, but I'm interested in this kind of response and this kind of, like, what I would call resistance to Musk and his unelected, undemocratic, fascist role in the Trump administration. And Elon has kind of a response to these things, which is really funny, which I think I might cover in a separate video. But anyway, I'm just going to go through parts of this article that I think are important. I'm going to try to highlight it as I read it. But so, starting up here at the top, Tesla was kicked out of Vancouver Auto Show. I'm going to try to highlight it as I read it. Doing my best here. So, multiple vehicles were already in place in the display hall when the decision was made to boot Tesla. And let's keep going. I'm going to go to the bullet points, and going to go over the bullet points here, and then there might be a few places that I think would be interesting to cover. But Tesla will no longer have a presence at this month's Vancouver Auto Show. Now, if you guys know anything about this auto show too, by the way, just let me know how important it is to manufacturers, because I think later on in the article it said there was going to be like at least 120,000 visitors to this event. So this is like a large international event in Canada that is that's refusing to sell the Tesla, to refuse to sell anything from Tesla, which I find really cool. I really love this sort of stuff. So to continue on here, event organizers decided the brand presented a security risk after protests. So I suppose what it's saying, it's the event organizers decided was that because of all of the protests that must have been going on probably at the event, they decided it was a security risk. We'll get further into it. Full disclosure, I've read most of this article, but I haven't gotten through all of it, so I'm going to try to find the important pieces here for you all. I know I'm a journalist who hasn't done the reading. How fun. Anyway, so they were worried about a security risk. So I wonder if even this was a protest, if it was even a protest thing, if it was more of like, okay, these people are making it unsafe, we have to get Tesla out of here, or else our event may be at risk for a lot more potential violence, vandalism, whatever, than we want. And this is the part that I find the most interesting too, is the third bullet point here, and I'm going to link the articles in the description to this video here. But it was removed after failing to act on multiple opportunities to withdraw. So my guess is that the event must have asked Tesla multiple times to remove their vehicles from the showroom, and looks like if what that bullet point is saying here in the article, they refused to. So, or at least didn't act upon those things. So this is from carscoops.com, an article by someone named Chris Chilton. So let's get into it. So the recent waves of here, I'll go ahead and try to highlight what I can here. I don't want to read this whole paragraph, but I'm going to highlight a lot of it anyway. But so the recent wave of attacks on Tesla cars and showrooms continue to have a negative effect on the automaker's business. Again, in my opinion, because of Trump's role in the second term of the Trump administration and everything that represents to probably everyone in the world. The organizers of this month's Vancouver Auto Show announced yesterday that they were booting the electric vehicle brand from the lineup due to security concerns. It seems the show grew concerned of the presence of Tesla vehicles at the event, which starts today, might attract angry protesters and more vandal attacks. Having decided it wanted Tesla out... I didn't mean to click this. So I guess to accidentally click a different article on the same website. Tesla under siege as multiple EVs, which stands for electric vehicles, set on fire and vandalized across the U.S. one day. So that's just a part of the ongoing international backlash. Which starts today. So the event started... let's see how old this article is. This is probably... I think this is a new article from Car Scoops here. Let me see. Yeah, so so it started today, which is March 19th. Still that same day. I guess this is the part here. Okay. So, having decided it wanted Tesla out, the VIAC, which stands for Vancouver International Auto Convention or whatever it is, or I might not even know what that is. Why am I even saying what I don't know. The VIAC gave the brand multiple opportunities to pull out on its own terms, which it refused. Okay, so my hunch was right. They wanted them to leave because they were worried about potential vandals and security risks, and they refused to leave? I wonder who in Tesla makes that kind of decision, because it only makes you look worse when you decide to not leave a showroom or any kind of event after you've been asked to leave on your own terms. That's crazy. I mean, goodness gracious. Here's another part that I found interesting, is that it's ready for the expected 130,000 visitors to pour over. Organizers went for the nuclear option only a day before the show's door opened. So, looks like they did it. Let's see here. There's a report from the Vancouver Sun. And a facelift. Okay, so I don't know if I want to necessarily completely go over that part, but here's a part of the article here. From a quote from the report on the Vancouver Sun. I'm not necessarily going to read it. I'll read the last sentence really quickly. The Vancouver Auto Show's primary concern is the safety of attendees, exhibitors, and staff. And then there's images taken by the Vancouver Sun show a Cybertruck and a facelifted. Okay, will now have to content themselves with over 200 more vehicles from the other brands. That's fine. Taking flack for. Okay, so it looks like the VIAC has already taken flack for allowing Tesla to display cars at all due to CEO Musk's close relationship with U.S. President Donald Trump, who has slapped tariffs on goods imported from Canada. Musk, like Trump, has already questioned Canada's sovereignty. Okay, so it looks like they must have already been dealing with a lot of protest and a lot of resistance. Probably, and I didn't even think about this, the tariffs that they want to slap on Canada. And I didn't even know that Musk and Trump have questioned the sovereignty of Canada. That's crazy. I would have to look that up. I might actually do another video on that, because that is really crazy to me. Right, so Tesla showrooms have been targeted. Trump and U.S. Attorney Pam Bondi have labeled perpetrators domestic terrorists and promised severe consequence for anyone found guilty of crimes against Tesla. See, this is what I'm talking about. When I called it fascist, so one of the definitions of fascism one can run with is the merging of business and government. And right here, Trump and U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi have labeled perpetrators domestic terrorists, and has promised severe, again, this is government action, coming from what they call domestic terrorists and severe consequences for people who are found guilty of crimes against Tesla, which, again, Tesla is a company, is a business. The government is deciding to use the power of the federal government to potentially prosecute what they label as domestic terrorists with severe consequence for if they commit crimes against a corporation. What crimes is that? What does that mean? That is one of the most commonly used definitions of fascism here, because why is the United States government using its federal powers of prosecution against people, who are doing things against Tesla? Now, that, to me, I can give you some very quick, these are interpretations, so these are my own opinions. These aren't verified facts. So very quickly, I feel like crimes against Tesla can be very broad. We've already seen the Trump administration clamp down on protesters, particularly protesters for Palestinian rights. So that could mean potentially protesting against Tesla as a brand. That could mean vandalism against probably different Tesla vehicles, any other kind of crime that may have to do with Tesla. I mean, I wonder if this might even have to do with any kind of speech that's said against Tesla. I don't know. Like, this is incredibly vague. There's so many things that could mean, and it doesn't seem to me that the Trump administration is necessarily against using the power of the government to go after these people who aren't domestic terrorists. Committing crimes against a corporation isn't domestic terrorism. Is that the end of the article? Okay, so I guess what I'm interested in very quickly is let me look up other backlash very quickly. So let's see, critiques of oh shit, what did they call it? It was I forgot the auto show, what it was called. The VIAC. So let's look at VIAC critiques for allowing Tesla entry. Oh shoot. I know how to spell that word, I promise. To auto show. Let's see if I get other things here. Let's see. That's International Auto Show removes. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for here. Okay, so there's a lot of different things you could click here. Let's see. People in Musk Doge universe. Mercedes-Benz is hedging its bets with rebooted. So that's all I'm getting here. Let's see if there's anything in this article here very quick, and then we'll get out of here because I don't want this to be longer than a few minutes. Did I spell entry wrong again? No, I was just saying it's missing from my thing. Okay. Vantage from AP. Let's see. Tesla has been removed from participating in the auto show over safety concerns, right? So this is actually interesting. I don't know who Eric Nichol is, but apparently Eric Nichol said in a statement that the show asked the electric car maker to withdraw because of a primary concern for the safety of workers, attendees, and exhibitors. So it's the same thing here. So-called Tesla takedown protests all over the weekend, including in Vancouver. Okay, this is actually what I'm interested in right here. And, no, did Trump... Here we go. Very quickly, and then we'll get out of here. So Tesla's removal comes after so-called Tesla takedown protests over the weekend, included in Ottawa and Vancouver, that denounced Tesla CEO Elon Musk and his role advising U.S. President Donald Trump, who has infiltrated infuriated Canadians, with talk of making Canada the 51st U.S. state. All of Canada a U.S. state? Isn't Canada the size of the United States? God, people are... That is so stupid. Anyway. Okay, so there were protests in many different parts of Ottawa and Vancouver. And I think if you're interested in it, I might actually do another video on Tesla takedown protests, because it's very interesting. So, anyway, before I get out of here, this is from WIRC, from ABC 8 News, and it's an article by the Associated Press. So just very quickly to do a quick recap. They were removed from the International Auto Show in Vancouver because there were concerns over safety. Probably because there's a lot of different protests here over safety, and Tesla refused to remove themselves after giving multiple times to be able to do so. And I just want to see who's Eric Nichol. Eric Nichol, Auto Show. Anyway, I'm just looking up who this guy is very quickly, and then we'll be out of here. Crazy things. I'm proud of you, Canada, for protesting against Elon Musk, because you should. He stinks. It's not going to give me Eric. No. See, this is stories from all over the place here. Anyway, that's all I got here for you. I love you, Canada. Thank you, Vancouver. Thank you, Ottawa. Thank you, all of the people that are protesting all over Canada against Elon Musk's role in the Trump regime. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and end this video with saying I don't think that Canada should become the United States' 51st state, because that doesn't make any sense to me. So, much love, everybody. I hope you have a good day, and thank you for tuning in to this little news report with me. And have yourself a splendid day.